have found the In the Verse podcast. Songwriting inspired by pop culture media. With your hosts, Marc Gunn and Mikey Mason.
Welcome to In the Verse, Season 2, Episode 10. Yay! It's the big damn movie.
At long last.
At long last. Our seasons
we
are...
would have started this season with it, but no.
But we're finishing with it, so that's good. I mean,
Yes.
it's only been, what, how many years has this season lasted?
9.5.
Something like that.
It started in the late 1900s. I don't know.
Well, there was some time traveling in the season, so, you know, it could happen.
It could have.
Welcome to In the Verse, the podcast that makes music inspired by popular media. I am Marc Gunn, the creator of the Firefly Drinking Songs show and host of Pub Songs and Stories.
And I'm Mikey Mason, comedy rock geek and creator of the Beer Powered Time Machine podcast, and currently the very sporadic MIKEYtalks podcast.
You did one recently. Don't knock yourself.
Recently, that's right.
So that's awesome. This is episode 10 of our new 10 episode season of the In the Verse podcast.
And then after this one's done, we'll decide if there will be a season 3. But we're not going to tell you. We're going to end on a cliffhanger.
Right.
Since we ran out of episodes to Firefly to discuss and write about, for the time being. We'll be finding inspiration in episode. We've been finding inspirations in other episodes of other media, TV shows, comic books, cartoons, and
soon to be the Firefly video game. No, wait, no.
I guarantee you, if there was a Firefly, if they finally put out the Firefly MMORPG, we would be doing that.
As always, you can support us in this and other creative endeavors by supporting Mikey at patreon.com/Mikey Mason.
And by supporting Marc at patreon.com/ I'm not going to do it. Celt Father. Unless you're in Boston, and then it's Celt Father.
Right. Upcoming shows and news. I'm going to be at Sherwood Forest Fair the weekends of March 4th through 11th. First weekend, May Will Bloom will be there. I'll tell you about that in a sec. And then the Broadway Night Game Bards will be there for both weekends for one show. And then I'll have a Hobbit Drinking Songs show and who knows what else. July 17th through the 19th, Jordan Con. April 24th to 26th, Stellar Fest with a Firefly Drinking Songs show. April 25th, the evening, that's going to be the Lost Druid Brewery. May 9th through the 31st of most of May, I'll be performing at the Georgia Renaissance Festival. Hopefully I'll have a better voice than I do now. And of course, Gen Con in July 30th through August 2nd.
Yeah. April 17th to 19th, I will be Philk, Ontario and Markham, Ontario. May 21st or 28th to 31st, Con Carolinas in Charlotte, North Carolina. June 19th to 21st, Anime Festival of Wichita in Wichita, Kansas. July 10th to 12th, In Conjunction in Indianapolis, Indiana. July 30th to August 2nd, Gen Con in Indianapolis, Indiana. Look for the Firefly Drinking Songs show there, folks. September 3rd to 7th, Dragon Con in Atlanta, Georgia. Look for the Firefly Drinking Songs show there, folks. And October 16th to 18th, I'll be at Tsunami Con in Wichita, Kansas.
Let's do personal news before we go to the big news,
Okay. Which
which everyone already probably knows. First off, I have been putting out new music every month as planned and such. So I'm not putting out a ton, but I'm not doing a new music Monday. But I am very proud that I've been able to put out some new stuff. I've been writing right now. I think I'm averaging about 2, maybe 3 songs a month, and at least only one is being released. I'm very proud of that. It's a big accomplishment for me.
Comparison is the thief of joy. Don't compare yourself. Is that better than you did before? Does that make you happy compared to what you did before?
Hell yes.
Yes, fantastic.
I feel really proud of it because I've been struggling to write every month. I don't know if y'all haven't heard, I did a podcast interview with this incredible songwriter, Mikey something, Mason, back in
douchebag. Don't listen to that guy.
He was back in November over on my Pub Songs and Stories podcast, and one of the reasons I did it was because I wanted inspiration, because Mikey writes and releases a new song every week, and I was like, I can do better. I can't do that, not right now, but I can do better, and I have been, and I'm very proud of that. So, I have been working with a new band, which is May Will Bloom. It is a band a duo that I do with my daughter, and we're doing sort of folk pop music, but we have a new single that is being released on March 27th. I'll Tell My Ma. And Nara, or May as she's called, she sounded so good. I was like, I think we got something here. So I finally decided to release that as an actual single, and it's coming out. So yeah. So that's the big news that's on my mind. Aside from the fact that I'm really excited, I finally got into the Georgia Renaissance Festival in the spring season. That's really big for me. I did them back in the fall, and the shows were just so much fun. But also, they were putting me on a big stage, which hasn't always happened for my shows. Most of my shows over my long career playing at Renaissance festivals. And part of the reason is because I feel like I never could keep an audience, but now I have a show or shows that hold the audience and people have fun, sing along, which is what I do. So
yeah,
very happy.
Question about May Will Bloom. When was it? I'll Tell My Ma. When that single gets released, is that going to be on streaming services or a Bandcamp release, or solely something that's going to be available at shows?
It is available. Will be available everywhere. Right now, it's available on Patreon. If you go to maywillbloom.com, you can follow our Patreon blog. There's no membership levels at present, but you can follow it. And on the 27th, this Friday, when as of this recording at least, on March 27th, it will go everywhere. So you can buy the single, you can stream it, add it to your playlists, whatever you like.
Excellent.
So, yeah. And we do have an album pen, by the way.
Oh, an album pin? What would that be? That comes with a download, right? It's an awesome decorative enamel pen that comes with a download.
Well, these I've been actually moved to wooden pens. So this is a wooden pen. But they are still, it's a beautiful wooden lapel pen, themed. It's not our final theme. Actually, this is the first run we've done of these pens, and I think it's gonna be first edition. Right now, they're just going basically to our Patreon page. It is again a way of building it up. Everything we're releasing thus far is free. Aside from the pen, which you can buy, but you can download the music for free right now. And so it looks great, and it's a great way to hear the music and wear the music as well. So
yeah, support the music, the creators you like, that you love. Yeah. Support them, because otherwise, they go away. How about you, Mikey? I'm doing New Music Mondays every Monday on Patreon. There have been 12 Mondays so far in 2026, and I've posted 20 songs so far in 2026, 17 original songs, man. One live version of original song from a convention, one live version of a mashup from an online show. That was actually my last online show, where I mashed up Michael Jackson's Beat It, Iron Maiden's The Trooper, and Adele's Rolling in the Deep. And one collaborative version of a demo I did with Corwin the Barbarian, Corwin Belovich, who is an amazing musician. I did an acoustic song which should have been done by Iron Maiden, and he helped me make it an Iron Maiden version of that song. It was pretty
nice.
Yeah, it was awesome. And I've got a new album that I'm working on called Some Assembly Required through my Patreon. Because I put out so much material, I've been curating lists of songs, and I came up with a list of 20 funny songs and 20 geeky songs, and I'm having my patrons vote on it. The last day to vote on the first list is as we record, and the last day to vote on the second list is tomorrow as we record. And then I'm going to take the top votes, because there already been hundreds of votes. I'm going to take the top voted songs and put them onto a new list, and then we're going to pick 10 songs to be on the new album called Some Assembly Required. We're making an album by committee. So
I need to go cast my vote, because I did a couple songs recently that I was just like, wow, man, your songwriting has got just exploding. You're doing fantastic.
Thank you. Man. I appreciate that. So far this year, we've done Doctor Who episode Blink. We've done the Rankin and Bass, The Hobbit. We've done the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon with a Dragon's Graveyard. We've done the War Doctor from Doctor Who. We've done the Shepherd's Tale graphic novel, The Doctor's Wife from Doctor Who, Mandalorian Season 1, Episode 8, The Redemption, Witcher of Banquets, Burials, and Rituals, Outlander, Sassenach, and now we're doing the big damn movie. If we were to do something next, if we had another season, it would really be nice, I think, to return to our roots and do Firefly songs. If only that would be oh, wait.
Hey, wait.
They had an announcement.
They did indeed. There's an announcement for a Firefly Animated Series, and all the original cast, minus the late Ron Glass, will be there. So I don't know. This had a lot of emotions for me. I don't know about you, but I was definitely hit with a lot of emotions. On the one hand, it's been 20 many years.
Yeah.
23. I don't know. I can't count right now.
Well, since the movie,
years.
It's been 21 years.
Yeah, 21 years since the movie, and
so 23 years since the series.
And over the years, I gave up. I never expected anything more to come out of it. We're going to talk about the movie in a moment, and I think there were some amazing things about it. Some things that obviously we didn't like, but nevertheless, it's persisted because it was such a well-written show, series, and film, and so hearing it being released over as a animated series, I was like, I'm not entirely sure, except that I've seen all the I don't know if you watch things like the Star Wars animated series at all, Rebels, Star Wars Rebels, which was just a fantastic.
But I know the very loyal fan base of that, Rebels, Clones, the whatever the Imperfect Bunch was, or the
the Bad Bunch,
the Bad Bunch,
yeah.
So
they had so many good stuff.
I know that everybody's like, I called it, it's just an animated series. Look, it's an animated series.
Yeah.
Would we have all preferred that it not have been canceled? I'm sure we would have all preferred Firefly had not been canceled. At least we got the big damn movie. And now we're going to get an animated series set between the last episode from Firefly and the big damn movie. So that's going to be, it is what it is. I mean, I kind of hate that phrase, but I mean, it can't take away from your it shouldn't. If it ruins your childhood, the problem is you. Right. If the reboot of blah blah blah, if the Muppet Babies reboot that wasn't aimed at you ruins your childhood, the problem is you. If Firefly being animated makes you so angry that you now hate Firefly, I think the problem isn't Firefly Animated or Firefly. I think the problem exists between the chair and the screen somewhere. And and that's not me saying that people are wrong for feeling how they feel. If you're not interested in an animated Firefly, let me be the first to welcome you to watch something else. Watch what makes you happy. Don't fake it for everyone else, but you don't have to be in everyone's Cheerios too.
Yeah, I am really excited. It did take me a moment to process because the emotions, because who's going to be, I know they have a script, they have animators. They've got, again, the entire cast. They have some
They've got proven showrunners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and for those who don't know, showrunners are the script writer. Well, they're the story managers, and then also the main writers or lead writers on a series. So while there are people who are under them who write episodes. The showrunners are the people who craft the storylines and the major story beats and arcs. So, and it's a married couple, and they have an incredible pedigree of writing, which Nathan Fillion rattled off, including A Doll's House. So if you like Doll's House, I mean,
yeah.
So,
which to be honest, was basically the companion house.
Yeah. So maybe you don't like the animated style. Well, I can't help you there. Sorry. Okay.
That's different. Yeah. And I don't know what the animated style is going to look like. I don't know if they've released anything yet that I've seen, but I'm okay. I'm good. I'm excited. I'm excited. Looking forward to it. I am also, I confess that, and not just for the series, because I can't wait to see the writing. Can't wait to see what kind of stories they come up to reboot that same feeling that we went through in season 1. Right. All the emotions that we went through, all the themes, the stories. I can't wait for all that. But I also confess that I am really looking forward to doing some Firefly Drinking Song shows this year.
Yeah. Well, let me say this. I'm sure the voice performances are going to be just as good as they've always been, as good as the live performances were. So, and I'm sure the animation quality will be as good as it can be, given the constraints of animation. All that's really going to bother me is if the writing isn't the same quality as the writing for the TV show.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I
think that's my biggest fear too. Is will it be as good? Will it have that same, impact that the original TV show had? And I think they can do it fine with animation. Again, many of these actors are voice actors. And so that they know this sort of stuff, but can they do it? Can they write something that's going to be just as compelling? That's my one concern.
Yeah.
And I think that they can do it. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. I know that they're working hard to make sure it. I know also, I've been listening to the Once They Were Spacemen podcast with Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk.
I'm sorry, I don't know who they are.
There's these obscure
Were they on Star
actors.
Trek?
I think so. So I've been listening to it, and I hear that Wash is Alan, has been working a lot more trying to write himself, and so I can imagine, considering his style in general, I could feel that he could easily capture something that would work. If he ends up writing any scripts, he too could capture something that was right down the Firefly angle. He seems that sort of person.
Yeah, and he kind of has an inside track on it. He had his fingers on the pulse of what made Firefly. Yeah,
he really did.
A unique perspective. So, all right, I think we should stop preemptively gushing about a series that doesn't quite exist yet. And,
right, that sounds like a good plan.
And to get into a hugely oversimplified plot synopsis of the big damn movie. And when I say hugely oversimplified, I mean, like, I'm not breaking it down by story beats. I broke it down by, no, it's too long. Let me sum up. I went full Princess Bride. In the 26th century, the totalitarian alliance rules the central planets, while independents struggle on the outer rim. Captain Malcolm Reynolds, and his crew aboard the transport ship Serenity provide refuge to Simon Tam and his sister River Tam, a psychic teenager who was experimented on by the Alliance to be used as a living weapon.
A relentless Alliance assassin known as the Operative is dispatched to recover River, as her abilities have inadvertently exposed high-level government secrets. After a subliminal message triggers a violent outburst from River, Mal seeks the help of a hacker named Mr. Universe. This leads the crew to the mystery of Miranda, a planet the Alliance claims is uninhabitable, but which River seems psychically linked to.
To reach Miranda, the crew must sail through territory infested by reavers, cannibalistic feral humans. On the planet, they discover a horrifying recording. The Alliance attempted to pacify Miranda's population using an experimental chemical.
The drug worked too well, causing millions to stop eating and simply lie down to die. However, A small percentage had the opposite reaction, becoming the hyper-aggressive Reavers.
Determined to expose this atrocity, Mal leads a desperate mission to broadcast the recording to the entire solar system. In a climactic battle between the Alliance fleet and the Reaver swarm, the crew suffers heavy losses, including their pilot, Wash. Despite the carnage, Mal defeats the operative and successfully transmits the data.
Faced with the undeniable truth of the Alliance's failure, the operative orders his forces to stand down, allowing the crew of Serenity to disappear back into the blackness of space. So that's hugely overly simplified.
That is huge. That misses so many story beats, right? But
it really does.
If we went through, I mean, it's a 2-hour movie, so
yeah, there's a lot.
There's a lot we glossed over or ignored entirely. That, you know what, if you're listening to this, you've probably already watched it. It's been out since 2005. I'm not criticizing you if you haven't watched it, but let's face it, we just ruined the whole thing for you. The good guys win and Wash dies. Okay.
Oh,
Book and Wash die. Sorry.
Yes, yeah. Book is missed entirely from this, but
my synopsis. That's right.
Yeah, but it doesn't actually change. Although I bring a book. I'm going to go ahead and start into that because so I've had this idea in my head for a long time. There's a scene when the crew is out. They have a river. And they went to go to Haven where they see Book, and they're sitting out by the campfire. Not only have I thought long and hard that I thought we should have a Firefly camp out sometime. Putting that aside a sec, I had this. I saw that in the moment, and Jane is playing a guitar, and I was like, it got me thinking about some of those Havens, those moments. Where people are, just again, one of the things that I do with my Firefly Drinking Songs shows, and when I write songs, is I want these down home moments, these something. And there's a song that I've been listening to recently, Calais by Kingfisher, an Irish band, and it's a very almost traditional sort of Irish type of song, and I've long been thinking about fusing those two. This sort of people sitting around a campfire singing songs. In this case, and I know I usually don't write about, the heroes of our shows, the actual characters per se, to point them out. But in this case, I feel like it works because I'm thinking of a song of going back after all this battle, after the events of releasing everything, and they're sitting around the campfire and singing about the crew of Serenity, who were boldly from all these different parts around the verse and have brought things together, because it's just something. There's something down home to it, and I might touch on other aspects of things, but this is certainly one of the ideas that immediately came to my mind when I was rewatching the show. So
kind of like expanding on the idea behind the episode Out of Gas, where it touches on how he met each individual crew member, how they joined the crew, or stories behind them. Only it would be an outsider's perspective, honoring the crew from their different places and coming together to do what they did.
Yeah, and so the song, Kingfisher song has this parts like, and I've heard this in several Irish songs, but it's like the boys of Calais or something, and it's one of those things that struck me. It's like it's the camaraderie, it's the people, again, down home people coming together, singing about those heroes, the hero of Canton or whatever. In fact, that might be a good, interesting thing to throw in there.
Yeah,
but yeah, it just it is that camaraderie that's I could see this type of thing, a big pick me up ending for a Firefly Drinking Songs show or something. But
yeah. I'm gonna write that song now. Thanks for the idea.
You're welcome. Glad I could help.
Like I hate to say this, but I'm sitting here writing the song in my head. I'm going to shut up now.
Feel free.
I'm going to let you write the song, Mark.
Like we've said, we can always write the same song.
We can write the same song.
It'll be completely different.
That's true. That's true. Although I, am going to look up Calais by Kingfisher. It's Irish, so I'm betting it starts. It doesn't look. It's not Calay. I'm betting it's like Killeagh.
Yes, it is. That is exactly it. Good job.
It's Irish. It's Irish. Pronounced Calais, but it's spelled Calais.
It's so true.
That's fine. That's fine. Irish is spelled like they had a cough.
No, that's Dutch. That's Dutch. Got to clear your throat to speak it.
So let's talk about some themes. Look, I could hit on, because I have a few themes that I think that run through it. Obviously, belief is one of those things that it's a motif that keeps coming up through the show. Believe. This is I'm a man who believes, or believe in anything, or you have to believe strong enough. Doesn't matter what you believe, just believe. And he is a man. He's a believer, and blah blah blah. And there's so much of that in the show. So obviously belief, but what is that indicative of? What is that conviction indicative of? And I think that whole thing, that the belief, you've got in sinning is another, what your sin is. The operative says it a couple of times. The first time he says it to the doctor in the facility, in the Alliance facility, and said it's pride. And then the second time he says it to Mal. Do you know what I believe he said it to Mal only twice, but the second time was to Mal. And so it's really capstoning it's bookending the show. With what your sin is. And he goes, well, I'm a fan of all seven, but right now I'm partial to wrath.
Right.
So there's all this stuff. But I think that it's about the price of society, about the price we pay for freedom. You've done freedom costs. You sing freedom costs. But it's like for a peaceful working society, because what we have here, you think that you have the Reavers, and they are the monsters, and then you have the Alliance, which is the pinnacle of civilization, and so they're supposed to be opposites, but they're not. They're not. The Alliance is in the middle. The opposite of the Reavers are the rest of the 300 million people on Miranda who laid down and died.
Right.
Became so apathetic that they just couldn't even move anymore.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, that's what I think it is. I think it's that that we're threading a needle, that there is a price that has to be paid. Some of it's going to be discomfort, putting up with things that we don't like and finding ways to navigate that. But we don't have to give up all of our freedom to thread that needle. We don't, we do we need controls? Sure, we need controls. But there's Joel Abercrombie is an author of the First Law series, and a quote that he had that stays with me is, "Laws aren't for good men. Good men don't need them."
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. I've always thought that I'm like an anarchist, and at heart, I'm like, I don't think we should have any laws, except some people need laws.
So I think there are two types of laws that are made. Laws that are made with the intention to protect good people from bad people, and there are laws made by bad people to exploit good people.
Right.
I think those are the two types of laws we have. But let's not go there. Let's not. So there's that. There's the price of peace or of society, and then there's family. Of course, there's found family, crew versus family. And I think that you see that line through the beginning, because Simon and River, they are family. And at the beginning, you have the operative saying, saying the scientist says it's madness. He goes, madness? It's love, in point of fact, something a good deal more dangerous, right? He points out that it's love. What you see in Simon's eyes isn't madness, it's love. And then, but all through that, they're his crew. They are Mal's crew. Everybody is Mal's crew. You're going to do it. You're a guest on my home. This boat is my home, and you're a guest, right?
That's. Can I mean, you might be coming to this in any case, but I need to throw this out because I was just one of the lines that I always have loved. Love is first rule of flying. Love. You can learn all the math in the universe, but you can take a boat in the air that you don't love. She'll shake you off. It's just as sure as the turn of the worlds. Love keeps her in the air when she ought to fall down. Tells you she's hurting when she keels, makes her home. It struck me because you were talking about the operative, who
and
I feel like
bookends it.
he not only bookends it, but he knows it too. It's like he's like looking at this, and he's like he's looking at the math, and he's like, "Ooh, shit, it's love."
And that's it. That's when Mal has made the transition. It's more. They're more than crew. They're family. This is more than a ship. This is home. And he's made that transition from, I'm the guy in charge to I'm the father figure. He's even explaining it to her, you know. You know what I'm going to say anyway. She goes, yeah, but I like to hear you say it. And that's a very father-daughter thing to say.
Right.
Or father-child thing to say. But so you have that. And the whole thing is bookended. This is so well written. At the beginning, you see, and all through, whenever you see the operative fight, he's using these nerve blocks and everything. So when he goes to use it on Mal and it doesn't work, it's well established that he did it, and it bookends that's his downfall. His rigid thinking in this is the way things are, and this is the way things get done, versus Mal's chaos of, I took shrapnel and had to have that nerve cluster moved. I mean, and I'm not going to kill you, because the operative would have killed him. That was the operative's goal. And he said, I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to make you look at what you're fighting for.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is, that's chaotic good right there. So I'm in a role-playing game right now, and I'm playing a character who breaks the tropes. I try very hard not to kill people. Somebody tried to kill me out of desperation to get out of a situation, not because I think they were necessarily a bad person. And so I made my party spare their life. I gave such an eloquent speech that by the time I decided I was wrong and wanted her dead, nope. So, but anyway, that's what I'm feeling is you get this transition between crew and family. You've got a transition between a ship and a home. You've got the transition between this rigid mentality and this kind of chaos mentality, or just chaotic happenstance. And again, Malcolm Reynolds is the embodiment of laws aren't for good men. Good men don't need laws.
Right.
Even though he's breaking the laws in order to keep making a living.
Yeah.
So it's funny. Here we are on the raggedy edge. He said, don't push me and I won't push you. So here's us on the raggedy edge. So yeah. The other thing, the barn swallow thing, this whole thing predicts everything. The movie just predicts everything. The barn swallow, right? When Wash flies the barn swallow, they're escaping from the Reavers, and they take the mule and have that heavy bump into the cargo bay of the Serenity.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Reaver ship hits. Mal is sitting there spread eagle as a piece of the Reaver ship comes straight at him, and he gets out of the way.
Oh, geez. Never thought about that.
Yeah. Wow. So it's all set up. It's also, and you have these little things all the way through where River is showing you what's going on, but you don't understand it. He didn't lie down. They never lie down. You don't know why she's saying that until after they watch the video and realize that they don't lie down. They either stand there and die and fall down, or they or stay sitting and die of apathy, or they go feral and go Reaver.
Wow. And
there's a reason why Reaver space surrounds Miranda. It just makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So I did the math. There were 300 million people that she said were on Miranda. 0.1% or a tenth of a percent went feral because of the packs. So that's 30,000. So there were 30,000 Reavers, roughly.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So. And they tell Mal to believe, but he does believe in something. They point out over and over, he was a volunteer. He wasn't inscripted to be a brown coat. He volunteered. He joined. He believed in independence. He believed in self-determination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you think about
what?
You think about that the moment when he's talking with Nara, and he says he's telling her, the wind blows this way, that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm just trying to figure out what kind of person you are, which type of Mal I'm dealing with right now, because I've seen too many versions. And he's like, you want to see a different version, you'll see you might
take me to war.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll see a different version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because he is a believer. It's just not. There's some things he just doesn't want to have to believe again. He doesn't want to go to war. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want this fight.
And you start to there's a moment where they're bickering like family, in the kitchen, where Mal says, "I didn't start this," and Jen goes, "No, that's right. Alliance starts the war, and then you volunteer. Battle of Serenity, right. Mal. Besides Zoe here, how many? Hey, I'm talking at you. How many men in your platoon came out of there alive?" And just the look on Mal's face, where, I mean, his platoon's not his family, but they were his responsibility, and maybe that's why he doesn't want to acknowledge that it's family.
Right.
And then Zoe, you want to leave this room. Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Who has long been his family. Zoe.
So it's one of those things. So I those are the big themes to me. The operative's rigid thinking, his blind compliance to an order, Mal's openness to what does it mean, how do we make it better? And the operative is like, it's not for me to make it better. It's for me to do what I believe in something bigger than me, and in a world that doesn't have a place for me,
Yeah.
And Book even say he's the sort of man they're like to send, believes hard, kills, and never asks why.
Yeah.
He's a believer. He's intelligent, methodical, and devout in his belief that killing River is the right thing to do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
a couple other lines that I always love and that stand out also. In the time of war, we would never leave a man behind. Maybe that's why we lost. I feel like there's something there that I really love. Also, that line also with the operative. Speaking of belief, are you willing to die for that belief? Which gets me every time. And the and I don't know where this is. This could be a fun one, but the ain't buttons and charts, little albatross.
Yeah. There's a point where Mal's talking to the operative and he says, "So me and mine got to lay down and die so you can live in your better world."
Yep.
And, lay down and die packs. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And then at the end, and that was at the end. But then Mal said, I like to kill you myself if I see you again. And the operative said, "You won't. There is nothing left to see." All he was his belief, his blind obeisance. And I think that is part of the theme, that when you make he's like the sword he carries. He was of one purpose, one use, You don't use a sword to cut bread. That sword was not there to look pretty. It was there to be functional. And his function has been ripped from him because his eyes were opened. There's nothing left to see.
Yeah.
Because all he was his belief, his blind adherence. And it makes you wonder about the possibility of a redemption arc in some way, shape, or form.
For him?
For anybody. But yes, if he was that powerful of a person, that effective of an operative, right?
Mm-hmm.
What could he do if his skills were put to good use? Because we see a lot of movies where the bad government agent did a lot of bad things and then comes to this realization and then tries to live a peaceful life. And then, The Equalizer is all about that. The Equalizer movie is all about that. Every Jason Statham movie, if he's not a robber, he's an ex-operative of something that did bad things and now trying to lay low until bad people do bad things and he has to stand up and stop them. And so, this is like the origin story. I would like to see the operative inspire.
I was kind of wondering. That's what it was. My thought too is like, what happens to the operative after this? He's too strong a personality to go off and say, well, I'm dead, so I may as well kill myself. I don't think he's that type of person. But would he turn around and possibly do good, actual good, and use his brain, his very intelligent brain, to do better? We talked about a few episodes back of this podcast. We did the story of a Shepherd's Tale, where he too was an operative for a while. He had his own hand in that world, and he came out of it. He was fighting for the opposite side of the operative, and double agent, but still, he comes up from a different perspective, and he came off and decided to follow the God. Is that the end game of the operative, or is there something else, something bigger that he could do?
In the short term, what I would see him doing, and again, I don't see him going to end himself, even though he said this is at the beginning, this is a good death. Yeah. He's talking about it. He's like, this is a good death. There's no shame in this, in a man's death, the man who's done fine works. We're making we're making a better world, all of them better worlds. That's why he won't kill himself, because there would be shame in his death. He is not a man who's done fine works.
Oh, yeah.
So for a while, at least, he would be a man who at least would do no harm. And then after that, maybe seek some redemption. And this is all speculation.
I know. I'm going to the old Kung Fu movies, and he's going to go off into the wilderness.
Yes.
He's going to turn into a sensei and come back and fight for good. That's my belief. So. Sorry, side note. Sorry. Sidetracked on that one.
So we need to focus on what. So, my big thing going into this was I want to write a song for Firefly Drinking Songs.
Right.
And so I'm still not 100% sure what direction I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I do want to write a song for Firefly Drinking Songs. I've got a lot of good songs that are Firefly related, but as someone pointed out to me at the end of a Firefly Drinking Songs show once, they're not drinking songs. And so, I've been making a concerted effort to write more drinking songs.
Well, okay. So what is a drinking song?
At least songs with a sing-along element,
okay. Thank you. Okay.
I don't want to shoehorn myself into anything, but I at least want to do songs that have a chorus that people can sing to.
That'll give you. Okay. I just want to make sure that you understand the rules. When I say drinking song, I mean sing along.
Right. I want the things I want out of this song that I'm writing, that I'm going to write and haven't started writing yet. or a call and response of some sort and a sing-along. Those are the two things. And now I've got to figure out what, inspired by the movie, I can do that will give me that. And I'm not sure it's going to be anything we've necessarily talked about.
Okay.
I just don't know.
Yeah.
We've used, there's so many great quotes in it, and we've both used a lot, if not all of the great quotes in songs already.
Yes, this is true.
So trying to find something we haven't done there is a challenge.
It really is. Although obviously, I actually have like a couple, I told you one of my ideas for a song. And the other one is more looking at the first rule of flying. I don't necessarily know if I'm looking at a song that is going to be a Firefly Drinking Song, sing along type thing. I don't know. More than anything, I just like the idea of first rule of flying as a as a song title. I'm like, that's a really good. That has a lot to it. So it's one of my titles, or maybe it's the same title. I don't know yet. But yeah. So that I don't know where I'm going exactly. Certainly, like I said, I'm going to start with the Kingfisher idea. Something on that lines, which again, it's tangentially, I feel like, touches on the movie. There's definitely things I'm going to try to pull in from the moments from the movie, but it's kind of, this is a just as much a bigger picture, looking at what people around the verse are going to be coming back and saying, oh, did you hear about that crew of Serenity? Because I can imagine them, and another year from now, like, oh, you're with the crew that broadcast the thing about Miranda. I can see the look in their eyes as they're like, all right, and what is it? What is the effect that has on the verse after the film? I don't know.
You know what the worst case scenario is?
What's that?
It doesn't.
True. That's true. It might have had absolutely zero impact.
That would be depressing. If it was basically the Epstein files of the Firefly verse.
Right. Oh, shite.
Now I'm all depressed. Thanks, Mark. Oh, wait, no, that was my fault. Damn. Thanks, me.
All right. Well, why don't we find a place to go start some writing and see if we can come up with some good stuff to share.
Yeah.
What do you think?
All right. Let's break off and write our songs and then come back and put them up.
Sounds good.
Cool.
We share all our coin in the town of Old Haven, and the mining post on Whitefall. The sky may be black, it shines brightest on Boros, and I swear that there's never a lull. We lift up our hearts to the friends who care for us. They sit next to you, one and all, and sing to the crew that carries our torches, that our passion lives on. They soar through the quickening storm, Serenity facing the horde, singing fa la 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 la. Far from Miranda's shores, here's the first rule of flying up high. It's love that keeps us in the sky. Politicians don't care whose body stepped over. They fill their pockets with the haul. The battles are littered with the innocent blood. Believe us, it's time that they fall. In the time of war, we leave no man behind. We carry them even when they crawl. We're out on the edge, we've done the impossible. The signal goes on and on. We soar through the quickening storm, Serenity facing the horde, singing fa la 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 la, far from Miranda's shores. keeps us in the sky. Belief will lift this boat up higher. Belief will see us through the fire. Belief will lift this boat up higher. Belief will see us through the fire. They soar through the quickening storm. Serenity facing the horde. Singing fa la 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 la. Far from Miranda's shores. The first roll of flying up high. That keeps us in the sky. The first roll of flying up high. It's love that keeps us in the sky. It's love that keeps us in the sky. It's love that keeps us in the sky.
Of strays from a broken war, we aim to misbehave. We made our home from metal floors, we aim to misbehave. We aren't just crew, we're kin and kind. We aim to misbehave. We'll leave the central worlds behind. We aim to misbehave. Through black and cold our engines burn. We look for work so we can earn. We're more than family, more than crew. The impossible is what we do. We aim to misbehave. We aim to misbehave. When someone comes to take our own, we aim to misbehave. No one of us will stand alone. We aim to misbehave. From bridge to hold, we stand as one. We aim to misbehave. Till signal sent and job is done, we aim to misbehave. Through black and cold our engines burn. We look for work so we can earn. We're more than family, more than crew. The impossible is what we do. We aim to misbehave. We aim to misbehave. Every unification day, we aim to misbehave. We don our brown coats, join the fray. We aim to misbehave. They took the valley, not our pride. We aim to misbehave. So throw a punch and take the fight outside. We aim to misbehave. Through black and cold our engines burn. We look for work so we can earn. We're more than family, more than crew. The impossible is what we do. We aim to misbehave. We're a bunch of strays from a broken war. We made our home from metal floors. We aren't just crew, we're kin and kind. We'll leave the central worlds behind. We aim to misbehave. We aim. Through black and cold our engines burn. We look for work so we can earn. We're more than family, more than crew. The impossible is what we do. We aim to misbehave. We aim to misbehave. We aim to misbehave. Drink!
Thank you so much. I am ever so grateful for the kindness and generosity of gun runners on Patreon. Thanks to all of these amazing patrons: Maya Lazar, Sean Calley, Christopher Sloan, Dave and Rosie Donnelly, Fuzzy, Janice, Cecilia Fairley, Rex Howard, Not Higgins, CJT Maxwell, Sarah Crockett, Reva Card, William McCassick, Brian Morin, Miranda Nelson, Josh Brown, James Odell, Eric Ray, James Reagan, Troy Rogers, Les Howard, Scott Weinhusen, and Marie Alm. Thank y'all so much for continually supporting my music for so many years. Many of you, I really appreciate it, and for helping me keep writing new stuff. So thank you.
Yeah. And I want to say thank you so very much to all of the listeners, everybody who comes to the shows, buys the album, listens to our music online, wherever you do, to our Patreon patrons who help keep the music being made, especially in my case, Dark Unicorn, Lauren, Michael Candlewall, Les Howard, Brian Jackie, Strad Van Zarovich, Scott Mealy, Matt and Tracy Jackson, Scott Weinhusen, and the Hobbits, Jeremy and Jennifer. Thank you.
I love that we've been blessed with so many amazing people over so many years who've been following Firefly Drinking Songs, but also following our music in general. And it is overwhelming. So I really appreciate it. Especially, when back in January, I got super political on my Patreon. So, and many of them are still here. So,
yeah.
So thank y'all so much.
I did the same. And I put out a song, was it last year, Minnesota, USA? And that
was January.
That was January. Vast majority of my patrons stayed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For even if you don't agree with my opinion, for agreeing with my right to have my opinion.
Yep. Thank you so much for listening. You can download many of our songs when you sign up on our Patreon pages. Find out more about Marc Gunn and Mikey Mason, how to support our music on Patreon.
We'd love your comments, your suggestions, songs, or lyrics, or links to videos to share in the next show. Use the hashtag #InTheVerse. You can post them on the Blue Sun Tour Facebook page or email me at mikey@mikeymason.com.
In the Verse was produced by Marc Gunn and Mikey Mason. Sign up on our website and find out more about the Blue Sun Tour when it happens at fireflydrinkingsongs.com.